The people of Gujarat are known world over for their business acumen, peace-loving nature, and their ability to be resilient. Time and again, they have faced the fury of nature with tremendous dignity and fortitude. The killer earthquake of 2001 devastated many villages, towns and cities of Gujarat, especially of the Kutch region. Instead of wallowing in the agony and helplessness that the calamity spewed across the state, the people have preferred to move on the path of recovery and development. And under the dynamic leadership of Shri Narendra Modi, Chief Minister of Gujarat, massive rehabilitation and development work was undertaken. Through intense efforts of disaster management, Bhuj, Bachau, Anjar, Gandhidham and other earthquake-hit places gradually recovered from the nature's blow. Then, there was an urgent need to preserve and protect the hard-earned prosperity, a need to look into the future, to foresee and predict the eventualities that could work against the achievements so far. Comprehensive seismological research was the right step in this direction. It was imperative to seek a new technology, a scientific system, to understand the patterns of earthquakes, their intensity, and the damage they can cause. And with these objectives in focus, the Institute of Seismological Research was established by the Government of Gujarat under its Science and Technology Department. Institute of Seismological Research, that is ISR, was formed in 2004, 3 years after the Bhuj earthquake. In 2008, ISR shifted to the new campus in Raisana near Gandhinagar, the capital of Gujarat. Spread over an area of 15 acres of land, the institute was built at an expense of Rs 22 crores from the GEERP funds by World Bank and with the help of Gujarat State Disaster Management Authority. Today, ISR is the only institute in India fully dedicated to seismological research and going to be developed into a premier international institute within a few years.
Institute of Seismological Research was formed in 2004 in Gandhinagar and shifted to its new campus in 2008. It has 3 major programs of study, that is earthquake monitoring and physics of the earthquake study, as well as hazard and microzonation, and also it carries out earthquake prediction research.
ISR has the best of instrumentally equipped labs in the field of earth sciences in India. It is the only organization in the state having geophysical survey instruments for determining sedimentary thickness and survey of basement and hidden faults. ISR can boast of an array of latest seismological and geophysical instruments in its state-of-the-art laboratories such as Seismic Data Analysis Center, Geotechnical Lab, Global Positioning System Lab, Engineering Seismology Lab, Optically Stimulated Luminescence Lab, Engineering Geophysics Lab, Gravity and Magnetic Lab, and Electrical and Electromagnetic Lab. The institute has a team of about 50 experienced researchers as well as 30 well-trained and dedicated technical staff. ISR carries out around-the-clock monitoring of seismic activity through a dense network of 50 broadband seismograph stations and 50 strong motion accelerographs in Gujarat, a network denser than that exists in any other state. The seismic data from many of these observatories are received via VSAT at ISR Data Center, which works round the clock. An auto-location program soon to be installed will give relevant information in seconds and will enable early warning system. While the institute has compiled a map of geological faults in Gujarat, the active faults in Kutch have also been mapped. ISR is detecting even minute deformation of 1 to 2 millimeters per year across geological faults in Gujarat through a network of GPS stations. In the optically stimulated luminescence lab, scientists determine the dates of earthquakes in the past 20,000 years using paleoseismology and dating of sediments. This process enables them to estimate recurrence rates of major earthquakes and assess earthquake hazards along different geological faults. For research in earthquake prediction, ISR has established 3 multi-parametric geophysical observatories in Vanka, Desalpar and Badalgarh of Kutch by round-the-clock measuring of 11 physical parameters. Although earthquake prediction continues to be a matter of research, assessment of long-term earthquake hazards does help builders, architects and engineers to design earthquake-resistant buildings. ISR has already prepared a probabilistic seismic hazard assessment map of India for the Bureau of Indian Standards. In addition, ISR will soon display GIS-based intelligent hazard maps on its website, giving out details of extent of damage that can happen in a given area for different magnitudes in different regions. The site would also impart information on safety measures to be adapted in a particular area. ISR Geophysical Data Center, through its website, shares exhaustive information on earthquakes in different states, which are of great use to the students as well as researchers. For crustal deformation studies, ISR has deployed 25 permanent and 11 campaign mode GPS stations across all geological faults in Gujarat. Other than the Himalayan region, Gujarat is the only state which has high seismic hazard of 4 and 5 levels. Therefore, the areas of rapid growth like special investment regions, special economic zones and industrial hubs need prior information about earthquake safety measures to be considered. ISR has been carrying out seismic microzonation of these areas to provide knowledge for seismic safety factor at the time of extensive constructions. It has been estimated that earthquake-resistant high-rise buildings can be constructed with only 5 to 7% extra cost. ISR participated in microzonation of Gandhidham, Kandla area done by GSDMA and is currently carrying out seismic microzonation of Dholera Special Investment Region and seismotectonic study of the LNG Mundra site. ISR has also been assigned the task of seismic hazard assessment of the upcoming Gujarat International Finance Tech City. Modeling of tsunami for west coast of India to ascertain the impact in case of an earthquake along Makran is yet another challenging task taken up by the institute. Experiments have been conducted to find the arrival time and height of the tsunami waves and the area of flooding at different places along the Gujarat coast. While focusing on the primary objective of studying earthquakes, tsunami and other seismic-related phenomena, ISR very often comes into contact with many other significant aspects of research. Identification of paleo-channels, which could be the source of water for drinking and irrigation in Kutch, and indication of possibility of gas reserves are such secondary findings of great commercial and industrial value. Subsequently, ISR was called upon to compile some important scientific and confidential data for the industry. ISR detected buried pipelines of ONGC in Ankaleshwar for planning of a new township by Gujarat Industrial Development Corporation. It has also estimated the thickness of limestone beds in Kutch for calculating the royalty payable to the government. ISR has advised a few petrochemical companies about the fault lines coming on the way of new pipelines being laid by them. Not only this, but builders, industrialists, as well as academicians from institutes such as Indian Concrete Institution, CEPT, Nirma University and certain cement plants in the state take regular help of ISR for various seismic and academic work. The institute is helping Gujarat State Disaster Management Authority in framing municipal laws to enforce earthquake safety norms. It has also taken several steps to create awareness among people to explain about earthquakes and related phenomena like subterranean sounds and allay their fear and anxieties about earthquakes. By such projects, ISR is serving as a one-stop solution for gathering all seismic-related information as well as a self-sustainable seismological research model for the betterment of industries, environment and the mankind as a whole. It is their efforts in this field that can hold the growing and surging Gujarat without much loss of life and property due to earthquakes. It is their efforts which can bring about a sustainable and concrete development in Gujarat. And it is their efforts which can ensure and assure that the growth engine of India remains safe, sound and protected today, tomorrow and always.